Oh, we're live. Oh, I was having such a tech nightmare. I just went to press go live. And it said end broadcast. I was like, oh, I'm already live. Been live for 26 seconds. Oh. Sorry if you just watch me going, trying to sort out the plumbing thing on StreamYard. Oh, whew, right, okay, showbiz. The show must go on. Okay, for the editor who's editing this, please start roundabout now. Oh dear. Anyway. Okay. Oh man. And if you're wondering why I'm super brown compared to Masterclass 1 and 2, that's because, and you're wondering why I'm late starting, it's because I was doing my tan. Gotta love it. Right, let's do it. Let's crack on and do it. Just texting Paul saying, I said you can send the bot message out. I'm live. I have been. I just didn't know for 16 seconds. Right. Cheers. Anyway, let's crack on regardless. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments. Right. Okay. Right. We're going to get. Can't see. Am I back? I can see people can't see me. Can everyone see me? Can people see me now? I can see me. It says I'm in the show. Oh dear. Am I in the show? Oh my god, hold on. Let's see what's going on. I'll just text Paul. Oh, I'm back. Oh, it's brilliant. I've had this a couple of times this week. Absolute chaos. Right. Focus, Helen, focus. Oh, yeah. Paul's just texted me a picture of me texting him saying, I'm back. What's going on? Right. Okay. Start from here. People still saying black screen. Why can it be black screen? We have had a power cut here. In this village. I want to make sure everyone can see before I start. Hi, Karen. Maria's saying black screen. I'm just going to write this one off. Sorry, everybody. Just waiting patiently. Right. It's going to be a good one. Don't worry. I've written my notes. That's it. Right, I'm going to go for it. I think everything's working. Facebook's working. Fiona can see me. Stephanie can see me. I think it might be LinkedIn. LinkedIn user can see me. Right, okay. I'm just going to go for it. Sorry if you can't see me. And sorry if you've been waiting for 3 minutes, 45 seconds for me to get going. Right, okay. So welcome to Masterclass 3. So I wanted to do 3 masterclasses this week about things that people really struggle with. Number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is content. Number 3 is converting LinkedIn activity into cash. So really, it's as simple as that for this series of masterclasses. It's been like, how can I help people with the problems I hear over and over and over again? If you don't know who I am, you've probably switched off by now thinking I'm possibly the most unprofessional person you've ever seen. I've helped thousands of people get better at using LinkedIn. I teach people the basics of how to use this platform to generate income. I don't teach people how to be amazing copywriters or how to game the algorithm. I teach people how to use it every day for 20 minutes, 30 minutes to generate inbound inquiries, which of course naturally convert much quicker into cash in the bank. And there's no shame in saying we want to make money out of our LinkedIn activity. There's no shame in saying we want to make money on our businesses, right? There's no shame in saying we want to make money in our lives, okay? We want to do great work and we want to make tons of money so we can have lots of nice things, do lots of good in the world, and enjoy our lives and have lifestyles that we love and treat our friends and family and all that good stuff. Yes? Are we agreed? Can we get a hell yes in the comments? That's what I'd be doing if I was on stage, right? Can I have a hell yes? But I mean, it's true. I think sometimes people are a little bit reserved. Maybe it's because I'm in Britain. British people tend to be a little bit more reserved, I don't know, about selling on LinkedIn. When actually, of all of the platforms in all of the world, I'd say LinkedIn's the one platform where you should be selling. I insist. Yes, Joanne. I insist that you're selling on LinkedIn. That's the point of it, in my opinion. Other opinions are available. Now, I don't mean you have to always be selling and nothing else. What I mean is it's a business networking platform designed to help you build your business. You know, just like going to the golf club and playing golf and meeting people on the golf course built your business. You know, just like going to the pub and hanging out in the pub, meeting people in your community builds your business. It's just like going to an official networking event builds your business, right? You'd be silly at a networking event to stand up and tell a funny story about how, you know, what your cat did this morning, which is great, and people will love the story because we all love cat stories and videos and pictures, right? But it doesn't really, it's not going to get you a return on that time and money investment of being there. And it's the same with LinkedIn. So yes, I want to see pictures of cats. Yes, I want to see stories about cats. Of course I do. I'm not mad. But also I need to see how I can buy from you. I need to see what you do, and I need to see how you can help me. So over the, I don't know if I spelled process right. Is that right? Is it supposed to be 2 C's? Anyway, over the years of teaching this stuff, so I've helped. So we've got a 5-day challenge coming up. You'll be unsurprised to hear. Starts on the 7th of November. The link is there. Please do sign up. And having done many 5-day challenges and helped 20, maybe 30,000 people with their LinkedIn for free, and of course got 2,000 people in my paid program, and having sold, although I've not added it up for a while, but I use this soundbite a lot and I think it's a little bit out of date now, £2.3 million worth of LinkedIn training product. It's got to be 2.5 now. I'm going to have to run my zero later. It sounds better than 2.3. 2.2 is pretty specific, right? I feel like I can confidently say my stuff works. And I know that because I've got over 4,000 testimonials of people telling me it does. And when I say it works, I don't mean it helps people get more likes and comments and shares and reach. I mean, it works because people tell me they're making money from LinkedIn. That means that they can do great things, spend the money however they wish, sleep better at night, treat their families, and just relax. That's the outcome I'm trying to deliver here for you. I just want you to chill and relax and not worry about where your next bit of money's coming from, not worry about where your client's coming from, get rid of all your horrible clients that you hate. Yes, have a hell yeah for sacking clients, right? Get rid of those red flag clients and work with dreamy, great clients that are lining up to work with you on LinkedIn. Now, what I will say is this 3-step process I'm going to go through is obviously really simple. I wrote it on this scrap of paper. But it is a process that takes time. It's not some magical thing. However, I'm going to tell you to do something today that if you go and do it, you're going to give yourself 100% better chance of making money today on LinkedIn than you would have if you hadn't done it. So stay tuned for that. That's what's called an open loop. But it's true. You know, I'm going to give you some advice. As always, when I do these things, 20% of people take the advice, run with it, get a great result. 20% of people just completely switch off after 30 seconds, don't do anything. And everyone else is somewhere in the middle. Some people do some stuff, some people don't. Some people think about it. Some people have to watch me for 7 hours before they take action. Some people have to come to 5-day challenges before they take action. You do you, babe. Like, honestly, I'm not here to make you take action. I'm here to give you my best advice right now. And when you're ready, you'll take action. But it goes without saying, the quicker you take action, the quicker the money's going to be in your bank, and that's what we want. So number one thing from today, take away this. You're on LinkedIn to make money. That's the ultimate outcome. And what you do with that money, I want to have a little minute actually to really get into that energy. So I did a success story call yesterday with the lovely Denise Pickburn, and some of you will know her on LinkedIn. She's very sort of prolific with her content. She's great, and I just love her even more now. I've spent 45 minutes chatting to her yesterday. You can see that on my wall. If you scroll up or down, you'll be able to see it. And I said to her, she's made nearly $5,000 this month out of LinkedIn in her side hustle, right? And she's got a job as well. And she's made 20 or 30 grand this year just from taking my free advice. And I asked her, what's that money mean to you? And she said, I went to a gig a couple of nights ago, didn't think twice. We're going away at the weekend. We're going away 3 times next year. She said, we're not going to the Caribbean, but I'm going a couple of holidays in the UK, and I'm going away, abroad once next year, and it's all planned, and I'm not worried about paying for it. I mean, that's life-changing, right? If you've ever been in a situation, and I definitely have, and Denise has, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this have, where that is just so stressful. How am I going to afford to get away this weekend? How am I going to afford to pay for my kids to go on holiday? How am I going to ever get a break and be able to go to a nice hotel, right? And I know, and I'm being sensitive here. I know we're in a cost of living crisis, right? So how would it actually feel to just have an ability to go and generate money into your business? And what would you do with it? If you had fun money, which is what we can create, what would you do? What fun things would you do? And I always love this question because everyone's fun things are totally different. Some people buy a horse, some people would buy some shoes, some people would pay some debt, some people would, I don't know, take their dad on the Orient Express. Whatever your thing, it's so personal to you, right? Which I love about it. But I want you to get, number one thing here is I want you to just get into the energy of, if I take Helen's advice and I follow the process and I do the things, or when, what am I going to do with that fun money? What would it be like? Write it down. Print things off. This is what I do. I mean, this isn't a manifesting workshop. For those of you who are like, come on, move it on. So this is my next car. I printed it off here. This is my 6-seater Tesla because I've got 4 kids. And I'm just deciding which of these I'm going to get for my husband, right? Because just debating. I'm going to pick one. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to put it on my vision board. You might think I'm insane. However, I'll see you when I'm driving past you in my Tesla, right? These things happen. So, but have fun with it and think about it and just, print out some pictures of it, because it's going to help when you realize that the advice I'm going to give you is not an instant quick fix and nothing happens for a while. Okay, let's get into it. So 3 things, 3-step process. Number 1 is to remember that LinkedIn is a social media platform, and the aim of the game is to get people into your own email list, because then you can send them things, you can nurture them, they come into your world then, rather than just you being in their world. They're seeing that in your feed, right? So building your list, as we say, marketing speak, but getting people into your email, getting people into your world should be a really high priority list of the activity that you're doing on LinkedIn. And we do this by having a lead magnet of some kind. Now, a lead magnet can be anything from, do you want this checklist? If so, name, email, I'll send you the checklist, right through to all singing, all dancing, scorecard funnels like Paul and I create, these big, or bit small and large, but anyway, big quiz funnels where people fill it in and they get, maybe they get some free training and they, and then they get onto your email list. But ultimately the same outcome is they get onto your email list. So I would absolutely highly recommend, if you're going to do the LinkedIn thing, is that you have a way to take people from being in your LinkedIn world to being in your world. So sign up for something from you, sign up to hear from you. So in my world, we've got 25,000 people on an email list. We've got 500 to 1,000 people in my Facebook Messenger bot, which are my favorite people, because I get to send them voice notes and freebies and little bits of training, and I can send them little messages. Love it. And I can tell them when I'm going live like this. And what else have we got? We've got tons and tons of scorecards. So Scorecard and Score App is a software. We used that, so we got multiple quizzes running at multiple times. But don't overthink it. But number 1 question from today, ask yourself, have I got a way of taking people from LinkedIn into my world? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, get something sorted. It's something very simple. People love a checklist is my advice. I could do a whole session on lead magnets, but what's the thing that people ask you about a lot? Create something to solve that problem and give it away for free. I've got so much free content, like it's insane, because I just think the more stuff I can give away for free, the more people get on my email list. The more people get on my email list, the more people buy my program, which is the LinkedIn Mastermind, right? Pretty simple maths, just a numbers game, really, marketing. So let's really make sure we are taking full advantage of all of our activity on LinkedIn. Obviously, if you do my challenge, do my program, you're in my world, you'd be doing activity on LinkedIn by taking them away from LinkedIn and into your email. So build your list. And there's another thing for that as well. There is a very slim chance, it happens to my friend Mike, it's happened to other people that I know, that LinkedIn can just close you down. And it doesn't happen very often, but imagine if it did. You got to have a way to contact these people. So number one is to make sure you've got some way of taking them from LinkedIn into your world. Number two is to be posting a call to action, some kind of, I want to say a sales post, but it's not always. Sometimes it could be, do you want my freebie? Sometimes it could be, fill in my quiz. Sometimes it could be, come and find me on another social media platform. And I would ideally like to say, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is how you can buy from me, and this is the thing, right? So I'm running a VIP Accelerate at the moment, and I'm getting really good at telling them to put sales posts out. So number two is directly ask people to buy from you or to take some kind of action into your email list. But ideally, be asking people to buy from you every day. I posted this morning, I was like, I can't even remember what I said. I was in bed, which, this is where I do most of my marketing, to be honest. What did I say? So it was on LinkedIn and on Facebook. You can use the same stuff there. What did I say? Let me give it to you so you can see how I do it. This is what I mean. It's not very complicated. I always think that. I think I should make this stuff more complicated. Make it seem more, I don't know, somehow mysterious. But it's just not. There we go. So it's this one. Posted it this morning. Nearly 2,000 people have taken my flagship program, the LinkedIn Mastermind, since 2017, and it now contains so much bonus business-related content. It's been rebranded, the LinkedIn and Business Mastermind, as it contains everything you need to know about growing and scaling your business online. If you have any questions prior to joining, please DM me and I'll reply as soon as I can. Here's the link. Do you want to buy my thing? Yes or no? Accept, reject, scroll past, click it, send me a DM, don't. Yeah, I'm not getting too upset about it either way, right? I also posted about Harry's book, which I am desperate to read. Anyway, it's a call to action. My dad's just the best guy in the whole entire world, right? But he's a sales guy by trade. And he has a code, he has a saying, which is always be selling. I think it's the name of a book, actually. But you're in business, you should always be selling. There should always be a way for people to buy from you. Even if you're just pushing people to your website, if you're asking people to message you, asking people to buy your thing, giving people a low price thing to buy, a high price thing to buy, like something every day, on multiple platforms, then you're much more likely to sell every day, which is much more likely to get cash into my bank. This is what I said about the takeaway. If I hadn't have posted that this morning and so I posted that this morning, if somebody buys from that, let's say they go and have a look at it. They're like, yeah, I've seen Helen around. This looks actually what I need. It's the end of the month. I'm going to get started next month on this. Click the button, pay the money. Let's say, I can't remember what it's on for sale. I think it's £1,500, right? So £1,500 in my bank today. Great. It might not happen, and it might happen, right? It definitely 100% would not have happened if I'd not put that post on, which took me 30 seconds to write. And it's just about getting out of your own way of that belief that I shouldn't be selling all the time and get into the mindset of I should be selling all the time because that's how I make my money. That's how I run my business. I'm selling. Do you think they sit at Coca-Cola thinking, I just think we're selling too much? I think we promote ourselves too much. I think we're on too many billboards. They're like, it's like, how can we get more billboards? How can we do more selling? How can we get more reps on the street, right? Because that's how they build their business. That's how they build their brand. And this is how you build your business. This is how you build your brand, by showing up and selling on LinkedIn. Now, I've done a masterclass this week on content, which you can find, and on mindset. So I'm not saying every post should be a sales post. One of my posts was about LinkedIn Mastermind. One of my posts was about Prince Harry, or whatever he's called now, just Harry. So talk about other things that you're interested in. Obviously, go and watch the live with Denise Digeste. She put some amazing words of wisdom around content on LinkedIn. But she was talking about just be yourself. Talk about your opinions. Talk about things that interest you, and talk about your business. Like, those three things should be mutually exclusive. Like it should be part of your everyday thought process of like, how am I selling today? How am I making money today? Ask Paul Green, who's my business partner. He gets a text most mornings. It's like, how are we making more money today? How are we making 10 grand this week? How are we doing this? How are we doing that? And it's not like we need the answers or even the result, but it's the mindset of this is what I'm doing here. I'm marketing my business. Is this too obvious? Is this like basics, or does somebody somewhere need to hear it? I know that you do, because you'll text me and tell me, or you'll WhatsApp me, or you'll Facebook message me, or you'll LinkedIn me and say, oh, what's that today? And I thought, you know what, Helen, that's right. And it's the same with my VIPs. So my VIPs are people that are in my world, been in my world for ages. They're inside the mastermind. They've already invested in that. They've already done all the training. They've joined a 6-week program because they want to accelerate, called the VIP Accelerator. And even now they're saying, what should I post as a call to action, or should I really put this out again? And it's really interesting to see that mindset. And I don't have that issue, because I just put it out there. I don't have that thing in me that worries that people might think I'm selling too much. Does that make sense? I'm selling all the time. That's how I've sold millions of pounds worth of stuff. If you're selling all the time. Is there a way to do it so you're not selling all the time? Possibly, probably. I invested more into ads, and I've got funnels running, and maybe as my business evolves, and maybe as your business evolves, you won't need to sell every day. And I like it. I love selling. Like, I love to be out there, because selling it is helping people. And who doesn't love to help people? There's always that post that somebody sees, and then they message me, and then, I can't believe I saw that post. And then we work together, and they're like, oh my God, this changed my life. And you're like, well, if I hadn't posted it, or if I hadn't done that comment, if I hadn't done that thing, if I hadn't just asked for the sale or offered the sale, then you wouldn't have bought it. If you didn't buy it, I wouldn't be able to help you. And if I wouldn't be able to help you, it wouldn't change your life. So I want you to think of all the people out there that you're not helping by refusing selfishly to sell every day. So think of it that way, if that helps. If that gives you a bit of a mindset shift. Those poor people who need you, you're so selfish by keeping yourself small and worrying about what people might say or do or think, and instead you're not posting about how people can buy from you, and therefore they're never going to buy from you, and then they're going to still be stuck in the place they are now with the thing you can help them with, because you are too selfish to sell. Very bad behavior. So, my 3-step process. Number 1 is make sure you build in your email, because that really does help longer term to convert your LinkedIn connections into cash in your bank. Number 2 is to be selling every day, in every way. In a myriad of different ways, multiple times a day. I do. That's why I make so many sales. It's like, sue me. Like, that's what I do. And I'd love for that to rub off on you a little bit if you are hesitant on it. And number 3 is to have a rock solid conversion mechanism. So what I mean by this is activity on LinkedIn's great, selling on LinkedIn's great, building your list, all good. But you need to have a way to get those people from your LinkedIn world, from your email world, from behind your lead magnets and your funnels, to convert them from this looks interesting to here's my money. Now, everyone has their own conversion timeline, and that is none of your business. And if you try and force it, you're only going to be in a world of hell. Instead, just accept that everyone's going to convert in their own sweet time. Having been doing the same thing, selling the same thing to the same people, or to different people, same sort of type of person. Some people take 5 years to give me 50 quid. Some people take 5 minutes to give me 5 grand. And that's okay. None of my business where they're at, what their personality type is like, where their mindset's at. So don't think that conversion mechanisms are about making people convert faster. It's just about giving people the opportunity to convert when they're ready. That's why this is a long game. That's why people do 3 or 4 challenges before they buy from me. That's why some people do 1 challenge and buy from me on the Wednesday as soon as the link goes out, right? Some people don't even want to do the challenge, like we see on the webinar. Some people don't want to come to the webinar. They just want to speak to me about buying something from me. Some people don't want to buy anything that I've got for sale. Don't want to work with me privately and pay me tens of thousands of pounds to do so. And that's okay. That's lovely. I love it when that happens, right? But it's not on me to even concern myself with other people's timelines, motivators, priorities, or finances. You will honestly, in business, you will tie yourselves in knots if you try and control those things. And instead, just keep showing up, keep selling, keep doing your thing, keep changing lives, doing the work, helping people change their own lives. It's got absolutely flamed on LinkedIn for that once, but I do help people change their life because they go from having no money in the bank to having money in the bank, and that is life-changing. And it comes from LinkedIn, so it's easy to monitor. Right, what are rock solid conversion mechanisms? Now, there are many. I'm just going to cover 3 that I use because I only teach what I know. And there's loads of other people who've written great books about loads of different things. So I'm just going to focus on the 3 that work for me. So number 1 for me is a 5-day challenge. The link will be going. The link is in it. That's why I was saying that was what I was doing. Right. So if you watch right from the beginning, the first 16 seconds were me like this, clicking about. That was because I'd forgotten to put the link on the bit of text. So I was going back and putting the link on all the things. So the link should be there. Please do click it and let me know if it works. Okay. Next one's on the 7th of November. It is my number 1 way to convert people from strangers into browsers into clients, customers, students, whatever you want to call them. They go from not knowing me, or can go from not knowing me, or just see me on LinkedIn, or just see me on Facebook, or just click on an advert, like not really knowing me, to getting to know me. And the reason why it works so well, in my opinion, is that that person who clicks on the thing then gets to spend 5 hours live with me. That's as long as coming to spend the day with me. Yeah, so all right, we split it into evenings. So every evening, 5 till 6 p.m., Monday to Friday, I'm live with wine. I am sitting, chatting, talking about my day and answering questions that they've got about their LinkedIn, about their businesses, about their mindset, about their pricing, about their confidence. Like, it goes wild, right? And yes, we put out great content. The tasks are designed to build a really strong understanding of how to use LinkedIn to get leads, obviously. So they come out with that free training. But the reason why it converts people from she seems all right, or she seems awful, but I'll give it a go. I've had both. Into how do I work closer? How do I learn more from this person? How do I invest in working with this person in 5 days? And it's because we build that relationship, and I love it. And it's my favorite thing to do in the world. And I love to be live. I love to help people in real time. And it converts people because they can tell. They can tell that I love it. They can tell that I know it. They can tell that I've helped loads of other people just like them. And they can tell that if they take the next step, I will make sure to the best of my abilities that they succeed. And I believe in them. And I think 5 hours in my company might sound like hell for some people. I don't see my husband for 5 hours a week, but like, it builds a really strong bond. It builds a really strong relationship with people that they never forget. And I never forget. I know people when we do a 5-day challenge, I can see the people on the first live, sometimes on the live on the Sunday before we kick off. And I know who's going to buy because they're just ready. And like I said before, it's not up to me to decide when people are ready to buy from a challenge, right? They decide, not me. But some people, like Denise said yesterday, she did one and was like, don't really like this, don't really get it, don't really like Helen. I'm not going to do the things. I'm not going to do anything she's asked me to do. It's not for me. And she did do a bit of activity on LinkedIn. And then the second one that came around. She went, right, I'm going to give this a go. And she just followed the process and loved it and went off and was really successful. But for me, a 5-day challenge is just absolute baller of a conversion mechanism. It really is. It really is. So that's my favorite. And that's one I've been most successful on so far. We are obviously trying others. The second one is like a super close second favorite because I love it for different reasons. You know, my love expands. I love it for different reasons. And this is webinars. So webinar funnels. So we ask people a few questions on the way in, ask them if they'd like to speak to me, give them some free content, ask them if they'd like to speak, not to me, to the team, or they'd like to join the program, and people join the program. So I like a webinar because it's really short. If a 5-day challenge is a big event that happens in the business, it happens at least once a quarter, if not more, and it's a big deal. And it's a big investment, time, money, energy for us because we run ads and stuff, and it's normally a big return. We get a lot of people at once to join. Webinars are like microcosms of a 5-day challenge because people don't spend 5 hours with me, but they do spend 50 to 60 minutes with me. So if they didn't really know me before, they'd see me on LinkedIn, they'd maybe signed up for something for free. They're on my email list. They've got my emails and stuff. This is where they can go that deeper level with me. So all my masterclasses are always, hopefully, packed with value and relevant, and it's not a sales pitch. In fact, my sales pitches are weak at best. I do them a lot, but I don't do them with any finesse. I just kind of go, oh, and I've also got this thing. Do you want to buy it? And people buy it. And people speak to my team and they send messages and they buy my stuff, right? So a webinar is or a masterclass, whichever you want to call it, is a really good, rock solid conversion mechanism, very much tried and tested across all sectors to get people to sign up for something, get them into a Zoom space or, however you use, whatever webinar software you use, give them some great value. And then at the end of it, ask them if they'd like to buy your thing. Again, not getting emotionally invested with where they're at, with their readiness, ability, willingness to buy from you. But if you ask them to buy after you've just given them lots of great content and they've got a problem you can solve when they're ready, willing, able to invest, they will. If you ask them, they won't if you don't. So Webby is another one of my faves, and that's the kind of thing that I'll do on a whim, much to Paul's delight. I'll go, let's do a webinar on how to make 997 by Christmas, was the exact brief. And then we did a webinar about how to make 997 by Christmas, and we had 300 and something people join organically. We didn't have to spend any money. We had 30 people book sales calls to join the mastermind. All good, right? So webinars and masterclasses are a really fun thing to do when you see there's a problem with your audience that you can fix. And it's also really important that whatever your conversion mechanism of choice is, that you are shouting about them and talking about them on your LinkedIn and on your other social medias as well. And then the third one is asking people to book a call or send you a message. Now that might sound very simplistic, but you will be amazed. When I say to people, would you like to get on a call to talk about joining the mastermind? Sometimes people say yes. Sometimes they ignore me or say no. But sometimes if they've been asking lots of questions, maybe they're up in my DMs and they'll be saying, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? I'll be like, yeah, cool. Like, here's the link to the program. Or do you want to get on a call? If you've got any questions, do you want to get on a call? Or do you want to send me any? So I do a lot of selling by messenger, voice note. So just ask me any questions and I'll get back to you whenever I can. So they'll just message me and be like, hi, it's Gemma. I've been thinking about joining your program, but I'm at XYZ. Do you think it's for me? And I can voice note back, blah, 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 blah. And then she'll go, cool, let's do it. And I'll go, here's the link. So they're my 3 favorite rock solid conversion mechanisms: 5-day challenge, webinar, asking people to get on a call. Pretty simple. So those are the 3 steps that I take. I'm obviously super visible on LinkedIn. I have a headline and profile that talks to my ideal client. I ask potential ideal clients to connect with me every single day. I outsource that to my daughter now for £20 a month, which is a bargain. But I ask people to connect with me every single day to grow my audience. I put out content every single day to engage my audience, to show people who I am, what I do, and to show people how they can buy from me, as well as who I am as a person. And then I engage my audience publicly by commenting and engaging on other people's posts. And then I focus, as well as doing that, so that's my LinkedIn connections building, my activity building, my profile view building. And then I make sure I've got a way to get people from LinkedIn onto my email list. I've got a mechanism, or I'm using LinkedIn to sell every single day in every different kind of way I can think of. And I mix that up and I try different things and I don't overthink it, and some things work and some things don't, and that's okay. I don't really get too deep into the analysis on those. And number 3, I have a rock solid conversion mechanism that's always happening. Either there's a webinar coming up, or there's a 5-day challenge coming up, or I'm asking people to message me if they want to buy or they want to ask me any questions. So that's it, really. So hopefully that's useful, because like I said right at the beginning, it's about getting into the mindset of LinkedIn, about how this is a platform for me to generate income into my business. Really, this is my 3-step process to manifesting, really. It's like working out how much money I want to make out of LinkedIn, writing it down, seeing what I'm going to spend it on, creating a vision board, and making a commitment to show up every day on LinkedIn to do the things that I know work, which is what my clients and customers do as well. And I just make sure that I'm always getting people from LinkedIn onto my email. I'm selling every day on LinkedIn, and I've got some kind of conversion mechanism happening simultaneously, or something coming up soon. So there you go. Hopefully you've enjoyed the 3 masterclasses that we've run this week. Next week, we're going to be doing some more success stories. So actually, if you are in my world and you have taken my advice and you have got a result, please do message me. We're going to be running some success story calls next week. It gives you a chance to promote who you are and what you do to my audience, about 100,000 people as well. Run these on LinkedIn, on Facebook. We email out our list, tell people in our bot as well. So it can be a good opportunity. If you've seen my training, whether it's been free or your paid program, and you've taken action, you've got a really good success story, and you're happy to talk about what you did, about how much money you're making, about how that makes you feel, because that's really, really empowering for people to see, then please do send me a message and we'll get something set up for next week. And then the following week, it is 5-day challenge week. So click the link, sign up to the challenge. It takes a couple of seconds. Then you have to wait patiently until the weekend before. And then everybody who's waiting, there's a lot of people waiting now, everyone who's waiting to get let into the group, we'll let you all in over the weekend. We'll probably go live on Sunday, and then it's party time every night, 5 till 6. Early drinking week for me. But yeah, lives with wine every night, 5 till 6, plus a task in the morning, plus a great community of people, thousands of people inside that Facebook group for you to engage with and network with and get to know. It's a wild ride. It's a lot of fun. Everyone always remembers their first 5-day challenge. And if you've done one before, please do know you are always welcome back. And some people on their 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe 9th, 10th challenge. And I always love to have newbies in there as well as old timers. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing you inside the challenge. It's like this, but for a week. It's lots of fun. It's like we all go on, have this great experience together. It's like going on a holiday together, and then it's all over. Quicker than you can say 5-day challenge, but it is a lot of fun and also a lot of use for you. Give you some really tangible strategies that you can use forevermore, completely free as a gift from me. So I'll see you inside the challenge on the 7th of November. See you then.